Well, hey everybody, this is Bart from The Sound Couple, and I'm about ready to head out to a gig. And today's gig is going to be all about defining what is an easy gig. And there are aspects of this gig that I think is going to be very easy, and there's going to be aspects that are either going to be difficult or unknown variables that I got to deal with. But in a classic sense, or from a musician standpoint, especially a singer or a horn player, this may be considered a really easy gig. From a production standpoint, we'll have to wait and find out. All right, so this is what I know. Number one, Stacy will not be there, at least for the load-in, and we're planning not for the gig. Depending on how it goes, she may come for the load-out just because we have limited time, and I will know a little bit more about everything else involved to make a call later on. So she's kind of on standby. Number two, I know this is going to be a small venue, and we're likely going to have a very small spot to set up in. Now, the band is a little bit smaller. We're street load-in, unless there's something else that we weren't told about, a back alley or something that we can load in, but literally street with no parking right in front of this venue. I don't know if I'm going to have to get a spot there. There's a few spots up a little ways, or I may be a block away. I don't know until I get there, and it might be just kind of a luck of the draw. What else I know is that I'm giving myself plenty of time. Number one, I'm setting up on myself. Number two, I don't know how long how long I'm gonna have to carry the gear. We'll find out. So I have to give myself more time to account for that. Number three, we got the band all on in-ears. That was a big goal of mine this week, was to get everybody in alignment with that. And what that'll translate for us, in this case, it's very important to just minimize the amount of gear we're bringing in. I don't necessarily get to say that ears take less time, but at least on the load in and load out, they are less work and less trips. So that's kind of what I know. And what I don't know, what I alluded to, I don't know how the load in's going to be. I think there's going to be an elevator getting us up to the second floor. I don't know how large that elevator will be. Not too concerned about it, since the plan is that I'm not going to be bringing in as much gear maybe as you would see on a typical gig. What is an easy gig? It depends on perspective, who you are, and it depends on how you define it. Is it a small room? I would argue, in my case, that I don't always necessarily think that's an easier situation. Is it the load-in? Is it a bigger venue that at least you can pull up and unload from? I don't know. And I think this one is going to be a good example of, is this small easy room, quotes, really an easy gig? Come along and find out. It is a really windy day, everybody. I'm giving myself plenty of time, but I don't know how much being by myself, I don't know, and the wind, setting up the camera, I really don't know at this point how things are going to play out in that regard. But I will keep you in the loop as much as possible.
Hold me close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left.
I'm here, it's 1:21, and I found one spot with 30-minute parking. The venue's this way, so I should be able to get my stuff in, but this is an old town, lots of tourism. It's a Friday. I think I got really lucky because I hadn't seen any parking. I did see some people pulled in front of the venue with their hazards on, but I think if I can pull this off, I'm just gonna go this route. Let's get in there and get moving. We just kind of lucked out here, I think, because I observed and asked question. We were going to be loading in through the front door here, going all the way back there, but I noticed there was an alley that looked open, and I'll show you, and we are gonna load in through that instead of doing this walk right here. So as hard as I work to get into this spot, we're gonna lose it because we can't stay here anyway. And cut about half to 3/4 of our load-in length down. Okay, here we are, 136. I can go through this door and then the elevator's to the right. And I'm kind of in a back alley here. It's kind of a tough little spot. Just called the elevator. It's pretty slow. It's more of a handicapped elevator. I got the first cart here. I'm just gonna get it up. My second cart's sitting outside. So I want to get that in. So I'm gonna get this up and then grab that one. I guess this is about as close as it's gonna get. I think we'll make it, but wow, I should have checked the cart before we did this. So I'm gonna run upstairs and call the elevator up. $232. We got in a parking ramp about 2.5 blocks away. I could have taken some street, but just decided on the parking ramp. We have our alarm set, we have our DeWalt mobile lock set, and that responded. Doors are locked. Parking's paid. I had to get the app going. That worked, thankfully. So I'm gonna head down, get in my exercise today for sure. We're on level 3. I'm all loaded in. We can at least get set up. I like to take the stairs. Well, so far, guys, I would say on the easy scale, not easy. It's 237. That load in took me, hour and a half almost. In total, maybe not quite that long, but part of it just being one person, small space right here. From this point on, it'll be easy. I have a feeling I'm gonna call Stacy back just because we have to get out of here in an hour and 15 minutes. At least that's what we were told. Maybe I could get things to the door here if this is available. Not thrilled about busting my ass for that. So let's get in and start loading up or setting up. Should we bring the bride?
She's already on her way.
Is she? Well, this is where I can really use Stacy because she's the one that normally puts the lights up on the speaker, so I'm gonna have to figure it out. So we just need to take half out, and then it'll fit around the speaker. It actually fits really well. Everybody, now that I got all the gear in here, it's going pretty well. Moving along pretty quick. We got the lights up. It's 3:39. I think technically we're supposed to be set up by 6, but guests will start arriving sooner than that, probably 5 o'clock. And I like to be further along and ready for the band and not still trying to get things set up. So I'm really pushing. Well, I'll probably have this ready to go in, I don't know, no more than 45 minutes, which will put me at about 4:30, which will put me a half hour ahead of schedule. And that'll give me the opportunity to just kind of relax a little bit and be ready when the band gets here. But this is going good. I'm happy with the way it turned out. I probably would have put these lights up anyways. This is one of those spots where every little inch counts. But we have small drum set, singer, sax, guitar, and bass. For the typical shows we do with this band, this is a small setup, and I think part of the reason why is the logistics, that for a band member to do PA and lights would have been a lot to ask. We're happy to be here, and so far the staff has been very helpful. Set. We just had the announcements and the grand march. We ended up moving stuff around. I didn't unfortunately capture it, but we had the drummer who was doing a lead singing. We moved him up. We kind of had a trickle down effect. I had to move some stuff over to the other side, the guitar mix, and I see this disconnected. And then in the small area, there was a lot of people in here. It just took a few minutes to get all that stuff hooked back up again. Dang it, this bothers me. I just don't want things to be disconnecting on them, especially at the beginning. I'll check these again. And I'll make sure the antenna, sometimes on the, oh, this isn't good either. Turn that off, save the battery. And I'll just make sure that these guys here are fine. They're back connected. And everybody's on ears. We got the female singer. She's using her own. She's got the bass here. It's a PSM 900, I believe. And there was no conflicts with our PSM 300s. I tried to double check the frequencies. It all looks good. Packed them. This will be, have a feeling, good night. Feels good so far. We're gonna go eat some dinner.
They love seeing concerts and taking adventures, from hiking to traveling. They love to explore. I hope that together, whatever the season, they'll make many wonderful memories galore.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for the dance portion of the evening, but before we open up the dance floor to everyone, we need to now have the first dance as husband and wife. Alright, everybody, come check it out. Let's get quiet. Let's get sweet. Keeps a hand on the gun, can't trust him. I like that. Go!
All right, now if you got red eyes, go. Hey. Sha-la-la, li-li-li-li-la, li-li-li-li-li, fuerte-na. Sha-la-la-la, la-la-la-la-la-la.
Hi, Stacy.
Hey, it's like 106.
Huh. That's setting records.
That is.
That's a record?
Well, considering we were just starting, or they were out by 10 to 1.
Okay. All right. Hopefully the van will make it up. Got packed up for our next show tomorrow, so we got home and we got a relatively early start. We got everything charging up. The gig tonight, the wedding was good. You came
I
out
don't
to
know
the
how
gig.
you did it.
Well,
That was kind of a tough load. I loaded.
it was, and I talked to some of the guys that do this. So this band, this organization, you know, they're doing gigs where they hire people like us for production, and then there's other shows where the band members are one person or usually is doing the production. I think we fall somewhere in the middle, but I don't know, just setting up a basic system like at a place like that, it's just a lot of freaking work.
Yeah, it was.
I kind of had a long last mile that I didn't capture a lot, but we ended up moving around the stage a little bit where things were set up, and just a lot of Mickey Mouse. And firing up the PA, I had 2 bad cables, which, like, how ironic is that? So that was futzing around. So it was just the last hour. I thought I would have plenty of time, and I managed to always figure out how to take it up to the last second. Are we signing off?
We are.
Yeah?
We're good. We're
All
ready
right.
to go for tomorrow.
Well, I'm ready for bed. All right. Thanks, everyone.